You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take and your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest and repeat offender.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Brent Humpherys. Has this puzzled look on his face. What's going on? Where are we? You have a puzzled look on your face.
Well, I've been on your show probably 2 or 3 dozen times, and I've heard that sound effect before, so I didn't know what was coming, and you're a wise guy, so I didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, well, something every once in a while. You got to be careful.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I just got to keep you on your toes, Brent. I don't want you to get too bored with me here. Remind you if you ever have any home or finance related questions. I am the consumer advocate looking out for you, and you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call, that number comes directly to me. First, there are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money, I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, we are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. National Artichoke Hearts Day. I'm not a big fan of artichoke hearts, but I'll just get myself ready for tomorrow because
sounds like a Green New Deal, though, that artichoke thing.
Green New Deal. I don't know about that one. Okay, maybe we'll go to tomorrow. Tomorrow is corned beef and cabbage, green beer. I'm not much of a beer drinker, and I don't know. I've never seen any green wine, especially when it's red wine. I don't know. Red wine can't be green wine. So we'll just have to kind of get ready for tomorrow. And, I think if I was dealing with artichoke hearts, I might lose a pound or two. That's a different story. Let's move right along, see what's going on in the markets today. Yeah, well, it is Fed Watch Day. Dow Jones up 412 points. The NASDAQ is up 363. S&P 500 up 74.63. Oil up 62 cents a barrel. I don't even know if we want to talk about oil because I got gas yesterday. So, yes, I did have to go to a couple of conferences in the last few days. So checking out what's going on around the world. Now, I don't know what happened, but Louisiana, they decided, Lori, what happened out there? Our tremendous underwriter, Lori, is in Louisiana, $4.13 a gallon. She was one of the cheapest around for a long, long time. Now at $4.13 a gallon. Josh, I don't know where AAA got this. So AAA says Nevada is $5 a gallon, $5.50 a penny. I paid $5.89 along the road yesterday. $5.89. I figured that, you got to fill up your gas tank before you leave Nevada. If you're coming to California, why in the world would you want to fill up gas in California? I paid a boatload. Maybe they just saw, maybe I had sucker written all over my forehead or something. But California, for most of us, other than Mr. Humpherys right here, $5.77 a gallon of gasoline in the formerly Golden State. $5.08. Think about that one. $5.08 in Hawaii, $5.77 in California. I'm going to have to go and do a check in Hawaii to make sure that's accurate. I'll just as a public service, $4.30 is the national average of a gallon of gasoline. But at least go out to Vegas, have a good time out there. I don't know. I haven't been to Vegas. I go to Vegas once in a while. My wife hates it. I have no idea why she hates Vegas so much, but she does. She tells me that she loves to people watch. She loves to go by the pool. She loves good entertainment. We both like to get good meals, obviously. And then she tells me she hates Vegas. Now, I must admit, if I had to go to, have you been to Caesar's Palace in a while?
Not in a while.
Okay. It's old. It has gotten really old and run down. Elevators creak. You got to wonder. You start going up and down the elevator, and that's a challenge. But good food. Good food still there. Good sightseeing. You came up this morning from San Diego, right?
I did.
Good food in San Diego?
Very good food.
Okay. What's your favorite?
Probably Third Corner Wine Bar in Encinitas or Ventana Wine and Dine.
I'm getting a little bit of a theme there.
Yeah.
Wine bar, wine and dine.
And the 333 Grill is wonderful.
Okay, where's that at?
The Oceanside Pier, right where they filmed Top Gun, the first one.
So,
and maybe the second one, but I haven't seen the second one, so I don't know.
So thanks to Brent, I no longer have, or our family no longer has, 2 condos in Oceanside. Mm-hmm. Brent did a great job selling those many years ago for us.
Thank you.
I don't remember that restaurant when I was there, though. Was that there?
It's been there for many years.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, the phone number for that restaurant, this is not a paid ad, is 1 digit off of my phone number. And for years, I have people calling months in advance of major holidays asking if they can have reservations. And I tell them, no, you've got the real estate broker. If you're looking to buy or sell, you can call this number. But if you're looking to make restaurant reservations, call this number. And every time I offer to book a table for them, and no one's ever taken me up on it. And finally, the Cone Restaurant Group, who owns them, called me and said, "Come in as our guest. You've been so nice to our Miss Styles."
That's
a fun
funny.
Place. It's so right there on the water.
It's right on the. Is it? So okay, now you're the expert in the area, not me. So the pier and the harbor, is that 2 different places?
Yes, they're very close.
Okay, so this is on the pier then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that maybe that's
at the foot of the pier, if that's even a phrase. It's not on the pier.
Okay, but
it's pretty heavy. That'd be peer pressure.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So it's okay. So it's basically near the sand then.
Correct.
And that's called 333.
333 Grill. Mm-hmm.
And what kind of food is it?
Well, my favorite. There's obviously seafood. There's wonderful steaks.
That's the diet that I'm on is seafood.
I seafood.
Seafood. I eat it. Okay.
The surf and turf is my favorite.
Okay. And now you didn't mention it. Do they have wine there too?
They do have wine there.
Okay. I'm grilling Brent. He's a real estate expert, and I'm talking to him about restaurants. So, but something. What do I know? Right. So, do you order wine there? No, don't laugh at me yet.
Okay.
So I've become a fan, because I've got a fairly decent wine collection. I know you do too, because you've shared some of your favorites and locations and whatnot. Do you buy wine there, or do you bring your own wine there?
Well, that's a great question. I've done both, but I don't mind the corkage fee. I'll bring a nice bottle of wine.
Yeah, and I have no problem with the corkage fee, right? I mean, I'm bringing something into their establishment, and now some of them, like French Laundry, only the governor could afford that one. It's like $150 a bottle. Wow. But that's a different story. But I go to a nice restaurant. I have no problem bringing a bottle or 2 or whatever, and they charge a corkage fee. It's we're there for a good evening, and they're serving whatnot.
Yeah.
So,
well, my favorite wines are from Alapay Cellars in Avila Beach.
Alapay,
Alapay.
Okay.
They are a taste of heaven. They're phenomenal, and you can't buy the wine at 333 Grill, so you just bring your Alapay, Zinfandel, or Chardonnay in. And
where's that from?
Avila Beach, Central Coast.
Okay. Yeah, we like going up there. We're mostly Paso people. So how can I sell a pack of cheese? I don't know, but we take donations. I guess that's what is that what the question? I don't know what the question is. But hey, something I like good cheese as long as it's cut. But that's another cheese, though, yeah. That's another Brentism for you. But we got some good wine conversation, food conversation. I was at the Tartan Room last night, one of my favorites. If you've been in, I think it's the city of Orange. I'm not sure if they're Orange or Anaheim. My car is on autopilot. It'll go right there without a problem. And we enjoy going over there. It's an old time restaurant. You might like this, Brandon. So it's an old time restaurant. You go in there, there's no windows.
What a pain.
Pardon?
What a pain.
So we go in there and probably make the best pork chops around. But the average individual, what do you think of when you think about food on Tuesday? Taco Tuesday.
Of course.
Brent, you're in San Diego, for God's sakes. Taco Tuesday, right?
Yep.
Well, at the Tartan Room, we have Tito's Tuesday. But that's a different story. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we're going to be chatting with our friend Brent Humpherys. We've got a lot to chat about. How supply and demand can impact your buying and selling goals, advice to maximizing your sales price in real estate. Brent's got a new beautiful property we're going to talk about. And yes, I hate to be the bearer of news. Is it good news or bad news? Federal Reserve is going to increase interest rates today, or they say they will. So we'll talk about that as well. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The markets, are they in our favor? Or are they not in our favor today? Well, the Dow Jones now up 407 points. NASDAQ is up 358 points. S&P 500 is up 72. 10-year Treasury is up 1. That's on the yield, 2.174. Mortgage-backed securities, they're down 17, means interest rates are up. Does that surprise anybody with what we've seen lately? Now, I share this with you on a regular basis, and I'm going to give this to you this morning because still so much misleading information out there. Regardless of what anybody wants to tell you, I've told you this, I get this data frequently. Current rate for a 30-year conforming loan. Now, I don't know what you're going to qualify for. I cannot tell you what you qualify for. That would take a lot of information. It also depends on what your short and long-term goals are. So if you call a lender and you ask them, hey, what's my rate? And they give you an answer, hang up quickly, because that's called, in my opinion, malpractice, right? Because an adjustable rate mortgage might be what's the right answer for you. Maybe you're there for a short period of time. Maybe you need to be looking at a higher interest rate and less closing costs. That might be because you're looking at, again, a short period of time. Maybe you want to pay points. Don't do that right now. But maybe you want to pay points because that's what's in your best interest. So there's no real way of somebody answering legitimately what the best rate is for you. Now, I can tell you as of last Thursday, here's where the big disparity comes in. Freddie Mac came out with their mortgage market survey dated March 10th, last Thursday, 3.85. You have to pay 8/10 of a point to get it. But wait, I'm looking right now, the largest loan operating system software in the country, 35% market share. They had their loans locking yesterday. This is not a survey, not a government statistic. Loans were locked yesterday at 4.457. That's where conforming loans were locked yesterday. Jumbo loans, they were locked at 4.135. So just be aware that when you're looking at data, what does it mean? How do you use it? How do you benefit from it? So we want you to always have that great information. That's why you listen to Ron Siegel Radio. So even though you're hearing different numbers, it was 4.457. Now, the Federal Reserve says they're going to increase interest rates today. Okay. Does that mean mortgage rates are going to go up or go down? No crystal ball. I can tell you historically, when the Federal Reserve increases interest rates, mortgage rates drop. Why? Because the reason they increase interest rates is to fight inflation. Inflation is a bad thing for mortgage bonds, for any bond. So if they are fighting the inflation and the rates drop, then that should be good for the bond, which means rates will drop. That's the bottom line. Now, after the Federal Reserve announces that they're going to raise rates, about a half hour after that, they're going to have a press conference. And what I'm listening for, you should be too, is what are they going to do with their balance sheet? If they let the bonds roll off their balance sheet, that's not good for the bond market. Might help inflation, but not good for the bond market. And that could raise interest rates. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but there's what we're looking for. That's what I'll be watching today. And you can reach out to us anytime at 800-306-1990. More than happy to share with you what our outlook is on the markets. That is the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Going to chat with our friend Brent Humpherys. He hasn't been on with us in a while. I know it's been COVID and we've been Zooming and you've been running all over the state and a lot of stuff going on. How you been, buddy?
Doing well. Thank you. It's been a great time to be in the business. We'll put it that way.
So, but what about it for the client side? Most of the clients probably, it's a great time for them too.
If you're a buyer, it's not a great time. If you're a seller, it's a wonderful time.
Why isn't it good for a buyer?
There's no inventory. And so a typical property could have, 2 or 3 dozen offers in 2 or 3 days. We're putting properties on a Thursday afternoon or a Friday morning. We're saying show it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, offers to be cut off Monday morning. And then you take Monday and Tuesday, you negotiate, you're in contract on day 4, day 5. It's been wild for sellers.
So I'm gonna challenge you a little bit.
Go for it.
So it might be, it's frustrating for buyers.
Better word. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Because if you help somebody buy a house, let's just throw out a number, January of 2020. Are they happy or are they sad from a financial standpoint?
It's a very good way of putting it. They're very happy.
Right.
They're very happy.
So they've made a boatload of money by getting in the game.
Correct.
Right. So so when we talk about it is a very, very frustrating time.
When I mention buyers, I mean prospective buyers who are out searching right now. It's just really, really hard for them.
We have to, I can say this because I'm not a realtor, right? But, you need a great realtor to help you with these things because it is a frustrating time. And actually, I'm going to submit the realtors needed more than ever right now because you can get the property online pretty quick. So if you get a listing and you go live on Thursday, does that mean it's hitting all these various websites on Thursday, or is it taking a day or two to get to the websites?
It's taking between 12 and 15 minutes to get out.
12 to 15 minutes.
Yep, to get out.
Wow. So you can push the button to submit it right now at, if you're watching us live doing the broadcast, Ron Siegel Radio.tv or any of our socials, 9:24 a.m. And so the pictures and everything will be aggregated and sent out by 10 o'clock.
Yep. And what's really, really a blast, actually, I've always said no pun intended is never true. That was absolutely not a pun intended, but because it blasts out everywhere. It's really fun when you've got a property that hasn't been on the market in many years, or maybe been off our original owner, so 20, 30 years ago, to put a property and hit submit once you have all your marketing in place, and then Google the property and then just refresh your screen over the next 10, 15, 20 minutes and watch as it starts propagating all the different websites and the international sites. Because we bought.
Okay, so I know you well enough to know that you've done this. Which site's going to come up first?
That's a really good question.
Okay, inquiring minds always want to know these things. So Brent's probably one of the most technologically savvy people I know.
First of all, thank you for the compliment. I do know which site picks it up first, but I don't want to answer.
Okay. Okay. So we don't want to give them no free plugs on Ron Siegel Radio.
I will give you a hint. It starts with an R.
Okay. So here's Oh, I know what that would be. That would be rsrhomescout.com. RSR Home. Thanks, Brent.
How did you know?
rsrhomescout.com. That's where you got to go to find these things right away. Right. So that's great. See, we didn't even plan that.
Gosh, that was amazing.
So, all right. Yeah, there you go. rsrhomescout.com. You can get all these information. Actually, with RSR Home Scout, they've got the access. I think it's about 97% of the MLS around the country, the multiple listing services around the country. And it's the only one I know that you can go in there, put your own search parameters in anywhere in the country, and no advertising. You're not going to have to worry about putting your contact information in there and getting calls from 7,500 different people, blowing up your phone. Hey, by the way, now, Brent, I know that you used to be a Googler. I don't know if you're a Googler anymore, but if you're going to go and put your information into any of those sites, just a trick of the trade, go to get a new Gmail account.
That's right.
And set up a Google Voice number and use that Google Voice number. And that way, when you're done doing your shopping, you just turn it off.
That's right.
Right? I mean,
100%.
Just that way you can be a little more stealth on it.
That's the way I do it.
Oh, okay, so
yeah, it's like we compared notes.
My tech friend here, he's got it made right there. So, we wanted to talk a little bit today, Brent, because I know that you do a tremendous amount of luxury listings, and you're helping a lot of families with listing side. I know you help the buyers too, but
I do, and I enjoy it. In fact, one of the buyers right now on a nearly $3 million home, you're the lender.
Okay, so we love that.
Shameless plug. Ron is a very good lender.
Yeah, we have a great team. We got a great team of people that we are very, very proud of.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about some ways what are some of the Brent Humpherys tricks of the trade? How do we maximize? I know number one. I'm gonna give away number one because I don't want it to be too easy for you. So the number one way, if you want to maximize your price for your selling your home, is to call Brent Humpherys.
Oh,
now what's number two?
Gosh, gonna make me blush on air.
Okay, what's that? Give us a couple of the tricks. Your thoughts.
So a few of them. I'm gonna lead with something that's obvious, but
more obvious than call Brent Humpherys.
You're kind. Thank you. I see a lot of agents not doing this. The general theory right now is the market is so sizzling hot. Just put it in, put 15, 20 photos, you'll be sold the next day. Well, that could be true, but the amount of effort that you as a listing agent and a marketer and a negotiator put into the seller's property can have a great correlation with how much they make. So first thing I would say, and it seems obvious, it almost seems like a fluff bullet, but it really means something. Put in as many photos as you possibly can, not just of the property, but of the grounds and the area. So because right now with this whole new world that we're in because of COVID, so many buyers coming particularly to San Diego County and largely SoCal, because I list up here as well. They're moving from the Bay Area or from other areas, and they don't know everything about the community and the golfing and the lakes and the shopping. and the number of 5-star eateries within a 1 mile or 5 mile radius of the property, the dog parks, the 2 beaches in San Diego where you can take your dogs pretty much year round, sometimes on leash, sometimes off leash. Those things, a lot of buyers, they look at the home and they go, wow, I want to go see this, but they know nothing about the community. So if you maximize the number of photos and first of all, have a professional photographer do it.
And don't use your iPhone taking a picture of the corner of the room.
No,
This looks stupid.
Yeah, it's really, really bad. I've done Facebook albums, bad MLS photos, and I saw so many without even any effort, with the flash going off on the iPhone 12, on the the vanity and the master bath or whatever.
And the picture of the agent in the mirror.
Oh yeah, have you seen the sign for sale with owner? It should say for sale with agent because she's in every photo, or he, or they, or
Maybe,
whatever.
And sometimes that's a benefit, and sometimes it's not.
Exactly. So use as many photos as you can. Use professional photography. But the other thing that I've been having a really, really good success with is using. There are 2 dominant lockbox manufacturers in the country. I don't want to get too technical. One is Sentry Lock, and the other is Supra. Think of the fact you have an iPhone, you can communicate via text with your friends who have Android. Android can send text messages to iPhone. So you have 2 different dominant systems, but they're interoperable, right? They communicate with each other.
Okay.
In the real estate world, the systems are closed. So if you have a Sentry Lock, which is the predominant lockbox manufacturer for San Diego County, and you have an agent coming from Laguna Niguel, right, in Orange County, or Orange where we are right now, they come down, their system will not open the boxes. So if you're an agent that's showing out of area property, which I can assure you, I have the analytics, it happens you'd be surprised how many people are crossing counties. They cannot, unless they have an active membership and a subscription and pay dues to both boards, access the other counties' listings. Every one of our properties, I have a Sentry Lock and a Super Box. I'm finishing up my 21st year in the business. Not one time have I ever seen any agent put both lock boxes on a property. And I know this may sound strong. It's just common sense.
Well,
make it accessible for everyone.
I think you've got 2 different issues there, and we'll talk about it when we come back, because it's common sense for somebody with experience.
Okay.
But if you don't know what you don't know. So until you just said that, I mean, I don't have much sense, but I wouldn't have even thought of something like that because I don't go to both those places. So if you're going to cross counties, you need to have an agent that knows what the heck they're doing. How'd you like to go from, maybe you're in Santa Barbara, and I don't know do you know what service they're using in Santa Barbara?
Supra. I sold a home there in Goleta.
Okay. So how'd you like to be in Santa Barbara? You want to go see a house in La Jolla. Drive all the way down to La Jolla and you can't get in. That would not be fun. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, I think we're going to take a look at one of Brent's current, or maybe it's something that's just coming on the market. I see that Josh is shaking his head in the background. He's got it ready for us. We're going to a bird's eye view of a new listing that Brent has. Are you wondering if this is the time of year to buy a home? I don't know if we're going to get to the things you need to know. Well, we'll do that tomorrow. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by rsrhomescout.com. rsrhomescout.com. Are you wondering if this is the year to buy a home? Every year, many renters ask themselves the same question. Should I continue renting, or is it time to buy a home? If you're a renter, chances are you've asked yourself that question at least once, and it's likely because you faced an increase in your monthly housing costs over time. After all, according to census data, rents have risen consistently for decades. To make an informed and powerful decision, the first step is understanding what's happening in today's housing market so you can determine which option is the better long-term financial decision for you. Rents are going up. Rents are skyrocketing right now. Data from Realtor.com shows just how much rental prices are surging throughout the country. If you are watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of our socials, or ABC News and Talk video feed, AM 1490, you're seeing a chart of rental prices skyrocketing this year, 19.8% overall up. Studios are up 21%, one bedrooms are up 19.2, two bedrooms are up 19.2. If you're a renter and plan on signing a new lease, your monthly costs are likely to go up. When you do, those rising costs can have a big impact on your financial goals, including any plans you're making to save for a home purchase. Home ownership offers stable monthly costs. Of course, one of the key benefits of owning your home is you're able to lock in and stabilize your payments for the duration of your loan. That's not the case when you rent. While rents are already on the rise, there's a good chance many people will see their rental costs increase even more this year. As Danielle Hale, chief economist at Realtor.com says, quote, with rents already at a high and expected to keep going up, rental affordability will increasingly challenge many Americans in 2022. For those thinking about making the transition from renting to buying their first home, rising rents will remain a motivating factor, unquote. So, if you're ready to become a homeowner, waiting any longer may not make financial sense. Instead, escape the cycle of rising rents and enjoy the many benefits that come with home ownership today. Bottom line, starting your journey towards home ownership can pay off significantly this year. If you're financially ready today, let's connect so we can discuss your options. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment brought to you by rsrhomescout.com. rsrhomescout.com. Put in what you're looking for right in the app. And you can go down on the bottom right side. If you're looking for cheap homes in that area, you can find them. If you're looking for condos in that area, you can find them. All kinds of data on the site. And as always, it is a gift to you from Ron Siegel Radio. Continue our conversation. Brent Humpherys is in the house, Humpherys Homes and Estates, chatting about methods of getting and maximizing the sale price. But hey, before we get back to that conversation, we've got a new listing coming up, don't you?
I do, and it's a beauty.
So give us an idea. It's I think 16110
Lakeview Road.
Okay, Lakeview.
Yep.
No S in the middle.
No S in the middle.
Okay, so we gotta change that on our slideshow here because we've got Lakesview Road.
Oh, you got the slideshow from the photographer. That was an internal link.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to download those and use them. Okay.
Okay, but I'm looking at this, Brent. This is, I don't know. I guess if I were to put it in one word, this is pretty spectacular.
It's a wonderful home. It's 5,062 square feet.
I might have to move to San Diego.
Please do.
Jeez.
Just think of the fun that we could have.
Yeah, we could go drink some wine and find some good restaurants.
So this property sits on 1.3 acres, has the nicest pool and spa I've ever seen. A 30-foot.
Wait, back up.
That comment is not watered down.
I mean, you've seen a massive amount of properties.
This is the best pool and spa and yard I've ever seen.
Wow.
No hyperbole.
No, that's
bone dry. Polygraph me.
Is that a bocce ball court?
It's a professional basketball and badminton court.
Oh, there's one that looks in the back that looks like it's a thin, long something or another.
Oh, that's some of the extensive trail system. This property is so big. They have a Kawasaki mule that they ride around the property on. There's a drink chest that you can put in the back of it. It's like one of those almost a 4x4 type, just wonderful little speed around. nearly 1,000 square foot deck overlooking the pool and the spa, a 30-foot waterfall, a wrought iron gate that you open and go down a water slide. The pool is almost 70,000 gallons. The spa is about 7,000 gallons. I estimate, because if I get the number wrong on the spa, I might be in hot water. But it's a fantastic property. This property has been on MTV Cribs.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is pretty amazing.
It's a wonderful.
I mean, I'm looking at, you got a straw hut in the backyard.
Three different palapas with.
Wait, back up. I'm a simple guy. Palapas?
You call it straw hut if you want.
Okay. I didn't
That'll be
even.
your last straw, though.
I'm. If you would have told me a palapa before I said straw hut, I wouldn't have known what the heck you were even talking about. But I mean, look at that. I mean, you can have a nice seating area. Go. Imagine having tennis courts. I don't know what you would. I've seen people have tennis courts, and we have some friends that have tennis courts in their backyard. It makes for a great place to have a wedding.
Sure.
I mean, now.
Well, there may not be tennis courts, but you will love this property.
Wow, this is.
You missed the pun. Tennis love.
Yeah, I got you. I'm looking at these. I'm looking at this. So, bedrooms, bathrooms. I mean, I spent the whole time looking at the backyard.
4 beds, 4.5 baths, plus a really beautiful office. Dual family rooms. You've got a family room upstairs. You've got a family room downstairs. 150-inch movie theater that slides down the screen with the.
Oh, the screen's 150 inches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the 4K projector. Phenomenal. There's even a drive-through garage. Okay, so you have two-car garages, an upper and a lower. The upper one, you push the button or your integrated car remote. You can drive in, and then you don't even need a car with reverse. You just push the button, and the other garage opens up. So you complete pass through.
Wow.
Dual gates, dual family rooms, dual garage. The property is just amazing. And the wine room in this property is incredible. Not to keep mentioning wine.
I'm looking back for the picture of the wine room. Where's the wine room, Brent?
It's there.
I mean, this is
nothing to whine about either.
This is amazing. Look at that office. That's pretty amazing office right there. Okay, and it's even got a ladder in there for the bookcase. I don't read, so I wouldn't know what you do with that. But it's pretty. This is really spectacular.
Yeah.
Give me an idea. Okay, so I just noticed today. I'm sure that you've caught this one as well. The property in Los Angeles sold recently for 126 million, and the person who it was foreclosed on or took it back or something, trying to buy it back from the court before it gets finalized from the court. Oh, wait, I got to go back to this picture.
There's your wine room.
Got the wine room. Look at that. So, and if you're watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv, hey, if you're listening to us on ABC News and Talk KMET on the video feed, or if you're listening on the radio, you got to go to our website, ronsiegelradio.com. About 6 o'clock this afternoon, Josh will have all these pictures and the video up there, and you can see a copy of this whole property as it's flowing through here. But this is a amazing looking property. But I get back. I kind of bypassed my comments here. So. Okay, Lisa Marie wants to know, is this home in San Diego or Rancho Santa Fe?
Very good. Poway.
Poway. Okay, so Lisa Marie, it's in Poway. Poway's a nice little community.
It's a very nice community. This sits up above Lake Poway, up above Madeiras Gulf. You can walk to Poway High School. It's about 1.3 miles to the lake. If you have ever spent any time on social media, you've heard of Potato Chip Rock and that amazing hike where you sit out there on the rock that looks like a potato chip. It's about 1.5 miles away.
Wow. So I was starting to say about the house that was in LA, 120-some million. They're going to try and raise the price to get more money out of it. Is this more or less than that 126 million?
About 123 million less.
Wow.
So you can save $123 million.
Yeah.
Out of this great property.
And for me, I know some of our listeners are not going to like that I say this. For me, it's not in Los Angeles. That is a massive benefit. I'm not a fan of Los Angeles.
I spent almost 10 hours in Los Angeles yesterday.
Yeah, I spent a week in Los Angeles one night.
But Ron, it's a beautiful property. I'm listing it. Well, I have it listed. We're going to be turning on the marketing tomorrow, starting showings on Friday. It'll be gone.
So if you're gonna have this going tomorrow, we're looking at the kitchen right now. I don't know. There's a lot of burners on that stove.
Yeah, and a bread warming drawer.
No green beer. I see the Cheetos, but there's no green beer on there. If you're going live tomorrow, you got to have green beer there.
Yeah, you can have anything you want there. You have $1 million in landscaping and hardscaping. $1 million spent on the outside. 40,000 on exterior lighting.
Okay, so Lisa Marie's got the sharing with you a good place to market the property.
Please.
She said that there's a lot of Chargers live in Poway.
Oh yes, there are.
So she's in Del Mar. You're probably a little closer to the beach, aren't you? There, Lisa Marie. Isn't Del Mar closer to the beach than Poway?
Yes.
Okay, you can tell that I'm up here a little further north. Hey, you're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. We've been talking a lot today, and Josh is in the background looking. Come on, guys, we got to get on schedule. we drive him crazy all the time. But hey, you're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with Brent Humpherys. We're going to push out our Your Credit Matters segment. We'll do that tomorrow, being that I want to continue chatting with Brent. You can reach me anytime. Our offer. If you want this property, give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Be happy to put you in touch with our friend Brent Humpherys so that he can give you all the details on it. And now we know, if you were listening to us in the last segment, there is a Supra lockbox on there and a Sentry lockbox on there. I'm guessing, though, with a piece of property like this, you might want to be calling and making an appointment. I'm just guessing. I don't know those answers. But again,
you will need an appointment.
Pardon?
You will need an appointment, and I'll be happy to confirm it.
Yeah, there you go. See, I mean, a property like this, it's not going to be just open to walk into. That doesn't work that way. But it looks like a beautiful property if that's your price range. Boy, amazing. But again, you can reach me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. I'd be more than happy to put you in touch with our friend Brent Humpherys. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It's wrong. They all are, in my opinion. I've never seen one that's completely accurate yet. If anybody has a completely accurate credit report, I'd love for somebody to share that with me. Because I've been looking at credit reports many decades. I'm not going to even say how many decades. But I think we're in our fourth right now. Fourth decade of looking at credit reports. And I've never seen one that's completely accurate. Friends at creditsanitizer.com, they do a great job. Hey, why people ask me, why if you're recommending Credit Sanitizer, once they finish helping you, are the reports completely accurate? No. But they get it to the point of where it's where we need it to be. We don't want you to spend extra money to get something done that's not going to have any value to you. So that's why we don't worry about getting them perfect. We just want to have it to where you can get the best pricing that you can qualify for. That's our friends at creditsanitizer.com, the Your Credit Matters segment. Continuing our conversation with Brent Humpherys. So, Brent, we just saw a great property. We're not going to go through all of it again. If you missed it, you missed a lot. But you'll be able to catch it on any of our social channels, or we'll have it on ronsiegelradio.com in the archive section later this afternoon. Josh and the team will have that posted. But Brett, we started talking in the B block today about some of your thoughts on maximizing the sales price. And again, a property like this, I mean, I could just imagine, right? You're talking about a $3 million property, give or take, right? I don't know the exact number. It doesn't matter. All it tells me is that it's a luxury home, and it's a spectacular luxury home. That means whoever is qualified to purchase that, their time is probably pretty valuable. And I don't think they're going to want to drive from another real nice area if they can qualify. If they can qualify for this property, they can either get a loan for $1 million plus, or they're going to be putting, coming in with multi-million dollars, a lot of money. Time valuable. Go from Ventura, Santa Barbara, Mendocino, Silicon Valley, come down to this property, or if you're a ball player, whatever, come to this property, get there with your agent who you have a lot of trust in, and can't get in. That would not be very enjoyable.
No. And the only way to get in, if you're an out-of-area agent, is to contact the listing office and beg and plead for basically an access code, which is a per day use. So if someone says, I want the code, and it's 8675309, client's name is Jenny, right?
Right.
It's a single use code, or at least as many times on that calendar day. But the use of that code gets you into the property if you're able to get the code, but the seller and the agent have no way of knowing who entered 8675309. Was this on an internet blog? Did the agent just give it to his or her client? There's no way. From a security perspective, that's really, really bad. The Superbox is using a Bluetooth app and sometimes a fob that go out via the cellular data signal, hit the servers, and make sure that Ron Siegel, realtor, sorry to do that to you, is in good standing and can access the property. So it's absolutely secure. When the deadbolt operated, you know who it was that entered the property, unless someone held somebody up at gunpoint, took their cell phone, and then rushed over the property.
Under most circumstances, under normal circumstances.
Yeah. So having both boxes is very, very helpful.
Okay, so we got that one there, and that sounds to me, from a layman's standpoint, from a simple man standpoint, like a major issue. Give me another couple of thoughts.
Well, first of all, when you're dealing with any property, wouldn't it be great if someone hires me and I bring 60 to 80 people through in a weekend? I look very, very good, but I can only sell it to one person.
Right.
If you sell it even to two, you're going to get sued because you can't do that. This isn't frac ownership. This is not a timeshare. So why not bring fewer people through the property, but those who have been fully vetted by a lender, a great lender like yourself, and who have seen the property inside and out and are satisfied with the floor plan, with the condition, with the lighting, with the amenities, all of that. And so the number one thing I would say is to have an extensive 4K immersive panorama of the property, a 3D tour.
Okay.
And every time I go on a listing appointment, without fail, I am prepared with market data fresh as of the morning, the calendar day. So because things can change very, very quickly in real estate. And I will come in and say there are 26 properties. This is an example, right? This is
right.
Poway. There are 26 properties listed for sale. And usually no more than one or two properties even have a 3D tour. Why? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's either apathy, laziness, or ignorance. I just made those three.
Or it could be all of the above. Again, another reason why you want to have a great agent who specializes in knowing what they're doing in these situations. If you don't have a lot of pictures, I mean, I don't know how many pictures you have of this property. There's a lot of them there.
Well, just this is 110, but we're landing a helicopter at the property tomorrow. We're completing our 5th day. We're already at 19 hours of videography and photography.
Spectacular.
Tomorrow's day 6.
And some people are still out there telling me I can go to a cut rate realtor to do that stuff. Right? There's a lot of money, a lot of expense in marketing properly, because something. Just think of this: if by doing the marketing the right way, Brent can get an extra 10 or 15% on the sales price. It might be as much as $500,000. That is a significant number to anybody. You want to have somebody doing it the right way, not as a cut rate. If you want more information, give me a call at 800-306-1990. Be happy to put you in touch with Brent Humpherys. Humpherys Homes and Estates is the name of the company. great property that we've been talking about this morning.
Thank you.
Great agent, great friend. And as always, I ask you, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.